Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and no live tonight. It's Memorial Day, so we're not going to do a live. We're taking the day off. But you know what? You get a special extended garage sale hunt. This is my Memorial Day weekend garage sale tour. Now, I didn't get a ton of video because my GoPro I forgot to charge. So I had to use my camera on my phone, and then we actually ended up just in some tight quarter situations, and we didn't get a ton of video, but we got a ton of stuff. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what we went out and saw, and at the end, we're going to show you all that. So it's Saturday. I actually just had to drop my daughter off at work, and so I didn't get out and be that guy that is sitting there a half hour beforehand waiting for the door to open. No early birding for me today. It's actually just a couple minutes before 8 o'clock, so I ought to get there right after the first one I'm going to opens. There's not a ton listed that I was super excited about. There are a couple that are potentially intriguing, but just looking at listings, it doesn't look promising. But you know what? I don't actually need really inventory right now. I still have some stuff from last weekend that's not listed. I've been working my way through that. I'm about 2/3 the way through that, I think. So I don't necessarily need anything. I'm probably going to be a little bit picky today, but it's worth going out. It's worth checking. So I am zipping over to get some cash on my way to the garage sale, and I'll let you know what we find. Sure. We'll see. We got some Mario stuff. Oh, good. They're beat though.
7, 6. We found the first one 2 years ago. Yeah, oh my God, her first one were a huge, nice pair. And they're absolutely
Couldn't find a chalkboard.
Oh, or a fork on a plate.
Right.
Yeah, we feel the same way. The ramifications of what's actually happening is far worse than
Oh,
a
it's
virus.
And it's gonna start hitting here in a few months.
Child abuse and first guy left. He worked at the airport.
His sister works for Delta, and she hasn't flown in.
Yeah, we're going to one. Salt Lake will come in and out once a
They are
day.
fun to watch, though. They're really fun to watch. Every now and then we'll have like 5 or 6 big bulls in there watching. You can watch them, and yeah, can't wait till the calves are born. It's always fun to watch them with their mamas. They're up high though right now. I think that
Yeah.
calves
We got a lot of food, a lot of food.
it was an easy winter.
Of the Nerf, like where you could just hit the kid next door.
Yeah, this gun was like $125. But he doesn't play with it anymore, so whatever. They have the tall ones that shoot the mega darts. Have you seen those? They hurt.
That's why
For
you're getting
Nerf.
rid of them, isn't it? We pulled out some Mario games, some Wii nunchucks, some Wii controllers, little silicone covers for the controllers. They're not the Motion Plus, which are good right now. Those are like 20, 25 bucks, I think. They're just the standard. But we got all of that. We threw in a t-shirt. We threw in a North Face hoodie. And we got out for 15 bucks. We definitely won. We're going to make 15 bucks on one of those games alone. So we'll go over it more when we get back. Let me see what else I can go find. Okay, guys, as we head out to the next sale here, I figure might as well take a quick second and mention, I don't know if how much I got usable video-wise at that sale, just as it turned out. But I think you probably saw at least some of the shoes. Now, these guys were runners. I saw signs in the garage for different marathons, Ironman, stuff like that, which is a good sign. And it turned out they had a ton of running shoes. And we were looking at some Brooks. Mostly, it was actually Hoka One One. Hoka One One. It looks like Hoka 1-1, but it's a Hawaiian pronunciation. Those are some of the best shoes you're going to find to flip. So if you see those and they're in good condition, grab them. I did not grab them, but I didn't grab them because I looked at the bottoms and they were beat. And in this area, typically that's what happens. And it makes sense, right? They're very expensive shoes. They resell, well, used. They're very expensive new. The tops were in good condition. Everything looked fine on the top. It's just the bottom was super chewed up, and it's tough to sell. I think they probably would still sell just because of the name, but when they're that tore up on the bottom, I don't want to screw with it. So I did actually leave, I don't know, there was 6 or 8 pair of Hokas there. It's just they ran in them until they wore out. He probably ran some Ironmans in them. So if you see those and you're screaming, why didn't you pick those up? That's why I didn't pick those up. Always open up boxes.
Well, I can pay you for what we got here, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, everything except for what they had,
Oh, there's some more, I think. Right there with the shovel.
yeah. No, This stuff, I don't know about the plant and stone stuff. That
I know
stuff is
that.
marked. This stuff underneath.
Let me go ask him if he wants to go see that other video. That one, yeah. See how it goes. Okay, you have to come and see whether you're gonna outvote me or not.
Okay, guys, once again, not a whole lot of video at that. That place was really full. It was a very small garage, and it was full of stuff. So I didn't get a whole lot of footage. There were a lot of people around, and like I said, I didn't have the GoPro to use this morning. But as you could, I think, see, there was a lot of stuff in there, a lot of tools in there. Pretty good deals on some bigger tools. I just don't have any in my any room in my shop right now because that's turned into the eBay warehouse anyway. But a little negotiating tip for you when it comes to garage sales. Now, I like to bundle. I don't like to individually price things out because it's always more expensive to do it that way, right? But there is a time when that's going to be beneficial. I talked with the guy that was in charge of pricing most of the tools. He knew what he was looking at. He knew all the stuff in there. And he told me, he said, you know what, I'm a little less lenient on the prices on the tools because it's stuff that he knows. And I heard him talking with, I believe it was his son when they were pricing some of the other stuff. You know, he was telling him how to comp it on eBay. So these people absolutely knew what they were doing, but they're also trying to get rid of stuff. So they're walking that line. I bought, and we'll show it to you here in a little bit, I bought a coffee can, old metal coffee can, full of some tools. Now, these are all, it looks like vintage Craftsman, some Snap-on, stuff like that. What I did is, instead of putting that in the pile and then saying, hey, what do you want for the pile? What we did was I settled on a price on that with him because I knew it was going to be more. Initially, he wanted like $60 for the can, and we got him down to 45. So then I was able to go and put that in my pile, and I talked to the lady at the checkout, and I said, all right, he said 45 for the tools. I've got all this other stuff here. What do you think total? Now, some of that stuff was individually marked. A couple of little mugs, 25 cents a piece. So you've got some cheap items in there. There's a free item that I grabbed. I put a free item in there. There was one thing that was marked $2. I put that in there. So I had a lot of little stuff in there, right? So she knows, hey, he's paying up for this one thing. He's got all this chintzy stuff in here. And then there were two things that were not marked. One of them is worth probably about, I got to comp it, but probably about 25 bucks. The other might be worth about 50. Okay, so those two unmarked things, I think resale value, it's worth maybe $75. So that's the setup, right? I've paid a lot for one item, or for, you know, a collection of items. I've got some cheap stuff in there and some stuff not marked. So you start adding and it's like, okay, well, there's 45. That makes $45.50. There's $47.50. That's free. What do you think about 50 bucks just for the whole thing? And she took it. She said, you know what? You're getting a smoking deal, but that's fine. That's something you can use, guys. pay up for something, surround some other stuff with some cheaper items, and say, you know what, let's make it even. I like the let's make it even. One, people don't like having to give change. This way, they don't have to. That's something else that you can use. Let's just make it an even 50, and then have exact change to give to them, so they don't have to get in and give you a bunch of ones or break a $100 bill.
Left 2 lanes.
Sorry, she's yelling at me. So, just a little tip for you. I'm headed actually to get a little bit more cash because I stumbled on that deal that I wasn't anticipating, spent more than I wanted, and I've actually got a Facebook Marketplace deal.
Prospect Avenue North.
I know. I've got a little Facebook Marketplace deal that I've got to meet a guy in about half an hour, and I need some cash for that. So that's where we're headed. The hunt continues. Okay, we're taking a quick break. Getting a car wash. Mrs. Mountain Man wanted it, so that's what she gets. While we're sitting here, I gotta talk loud because we're in the car wash. We got a couple of games. We've got Lego Harry Potter, we've got Star Wars 3, and we've got a Nintendo DS, 3DS actually. There you go, Nintendo 3DS. We've actually got a viewer of the channel that's been looking for one of these, so hey, look, there I am. So hopefully we can connect, because this thing is in great shape. It's just minus the stylus. So that's what we picked up at that Facebook. Hey, there I am again. That's what we picked up at that Facebook Marketplace meet. Pretty good. Garage sailing in Montana, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this place, it's beautiful. Good deal.
Yep, look out, I'm coming through.
You're coming through.
And I don't have insurance.
I'm gonna start a pile.
Okay, here, you don't have to get on the floor. What's that?
Just wait till Tim comes back and he can
Okay,
figure out.
hand with the money, okay.
Want that one? Let's ask him how much it is.
What's this gas can?
Oh, actually, I'd do 50 cents on that. It was supposed to go with the saw that somebody bought.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you got a deal?
I got 50 cents.
Hello.
Hi.
You gotta get your wallet out again.
For $8, I ain't bad.
from the top.
10:30, 11:30.
Okay. And, oh, and this did,
4 1/4.
okay. And this.
Not to get anything, but
Let people in with that
Hey,
stuff.
buddy.
I almost said something in your Instagram post.
I decided to go with the theme today.
Oh yeah?
Got the Cowboys theme going. Roxanne's putting those up for me.
Oh.
She's my new social media
He's gonna
manager.
go pull somewhere on here, cause he dropped me off and then he went and parked it, so he's gotta bring it back.
Your new social media manager.
I met Jeff here. These are two things that I bought in East Helena. I did not bring them into the house. So, Roxanne, you're welcome. Jeff has now purchased these, and he can talk with Elsie about these.
All right. Thank you, Troy.
Made in Japan, vintage. I don't know. I think there's some value there. Jeff's going to make some money. Apologize for that echoey sound, but we're in the living room. It was the easiest place just to kind of lay it on the floor and show you what we got. So we're going through the entire haul right now. These, and I'll try and put up some comps up over here. I haven't looked them all up yet, so frankly, I don't even know exactly what all this is worth. I just know it's worth more than I spent. So this was a Facebook Marketplace deal. We got these two games. This one didn't have the box for it, but we got the loose game. So we've got two 3DS games and the blue. I think this is Aqua Blue is what this one is called, which is a good color. So we got the 3DS and we got the charger. We just don't have the stylus. So I think right now the going rate for this is probably about 120 bucks, something like that. We paid 50. So, you know, we definitely paid up, but I think it's going to be an easy flip. There's actually a viewer of the channel that's been, I think, looking for a 3DS. So, Polgara, I'm going to wait and see if I hear from you before I put this one up. We'll give it about a week. Hopefully I hear from you because I don't know how to get a hold of you. And hopefully we can get this to you. So that's that. Okay, North Face. This is one of our first stop of the day. It's weird because they had a whole bunch of Old Navy clothes, and then the North Face was sticking out in there. So this is a really nice hoodie. It's a women's size medium. I think these are about 15 or 20 bucks, ballpark. I got to look it up, but it's in fantastic shape there. I can't find anything wrong with it. So I think this is probably a $15 or $20 hoodie right here. Same sale. Their machine broke, and so they had all the stuff, and they're willing to sell it for cheap because they couldn't use it. So I grabbed all the 4 silicone controllers, covers. I'm not exactly sure what those are worth, but they're probably worth something. They are not the Wii Motion, the Wii Motion Plus, you know, the older ones that had the sensor thing in the bottom. Those are like 25 bucks a piece, I think. But I'll do good on these. I think maybe selling them together, 2 sets. I don't know. We'll look it up. We'll see what the comps are. But we can definitely make money on these. And then they had 3 nunchucks. They didn't have 4. I don't know why. But they had 3 nunchucks. So I grabbed those as well. We got all those controllers. Might as well show you the games. Wii Sports. This used to be a $10 to $12 game about 4 months ago. Now it's a $30 game, and it's got the manual, and the disc is pretty clean. So I'm going to list this one, and then literally I'm going to put it in a mailer because it's going to sell overnight. I'm pretty confident that this one, by the time you watch this, this is probably sold. This, I really don't know what it's worth. I've sold this game on GameCube before for pretty good money, and so I saw the title and I grabbed it. Mario Kart. This is a good one. Look out for any of these games, the Mario stuff. The Mario stuff is what sells. So Mario Kart, we grabbed that. Mario Party 8. Now this one doesn't have the manual with it. Mario Kart does. It also has the original inserts. This does not. It's just the disc. So that hurts, but it's still going to sell well. This is a very good one. This is going to sell quickly. This also has the inserts and the manual. So all of this, plus we got these at that sale as well. These are size 12 Brooks. These are the Brooks Launch, I think 3. Brooks Launch 3. These are in pretty good shape. The bottom, I mean, there's a little dirt there, but I can wash that off. The bottoms are in good shape. There's not a lot of heel rub. So these are really good shoes. Brooks is a fantastic brand. You saw in the cut-in, they had a bunch of Hokas there, but they were just beat up. So these were the one pair of shoes I could pull out of there that just weren't destroyed. And I think these are going to do very, very well. Now, let's just move here because this is what's next. This is the one we went out to in East Helena. We got the tools and stuff. Look, free! So I threw that in the pile. Didn't even look it up. It was free. It's new. It's sealed. It's crafty, and that stuff is selling right now. So I picked it up. I think it's like 15, 20 bucks, guys. And they were just giving it away. This one, last sale of the day, P90X. This stuff sells really, really well. Not for as high as what it used to, but actually right now it's selling a little bit higher. So we've got the discs here. You can see we got all the discs in here, and we've got the book as well. So this is going to do well. Without comping it, I'll have to check, but I don't know, 20 bucks, something like that. So there's that. Oh, and we just sold a Blu-ray as we're filming this, like that. This, I'll show you what the comps are on this for what's listed. I don't think there are any sold when I looked it up quick, but John Deere stuff is really, really good. Operators manuals for any kind of John Deere stuff. Guys, this stuff will sell. Now there are, I think, 4 listed, none sold in the last 3 months, but they're listed stupid high. I got this thing for, I think, 5 bucks. So I'm going to list it low and undercut all those folks, and we're still going to make money off of a $5 thing. This we also got at the Wii sale, actually. A Doctor Who shirt. This is it says large. I think it's a youth. Well, it doesn't say youth large. I don't know. We're going to have to measure it. It just says large, but it looks kind of small. But Doctor Who and the Daleks, it's just a cool shirt. So I grabbed it thinking it's probably 10 bucks, but I don't really know. Last sale of the day one. I got 3 of these. We got 1, 2, 3. They had a 4th one. It was ripped open and one of them was missing, so I didn't grab that. These will sell for about $9.99, $9.98, whatever, free shipping. But they're very light. They don't weigh anything, so you're going to end up making 5 bucks off of each of these. So not bad. Those are perfect. I've sold vacuum cleaner bags before. They actually do pretty well. This guy. Okay, this guy was a throw-in, and this is something, you know, just a tip for you. I picked up 2 things at this sale. Each were marked $5, and so I knew it was $10. Well, so I wanted to find something else that was relatively inexpensive, $1, $2, and say, hey, I've got the 3 here. Would you do it for 10 bucks even? So I actually didn't even necessarily look for this. I found the other 2 things first. I didn't even need or want this, but I wanted to get something to bundle and get for cheaper. And so I threw this in because it was marked $1. And so I did. Would you do the 3 for 10 bucks? He said yes. Guess what? This is worth about $10 plus shipping. It's a vintage Stanley tape measure. So we're going to make 6, 7 bucks off of this that I got thrown in there for free. One of the things we got at that sale was this, just a stock finish kit. This is new old stock. It's not been opened, or not been used rather. I opened it up and I looked. Everything is intact. All of that stuff is still in there. So this is pretty good. I can't remember the comps. I want to say it was like 20 or 30 bucks. He had it marked 5. So we grabbed that. This I got at the last sale where we got these things. I know this is all just mixed up now. This is a little machete. It is not in, I mean, it's in good shape. It's not a fancy one. It's not heavy duty. This is super basic. But somebody's going to want this to throw in their camping gear and just have something with them. So this is, I don't know, 10 bucks, something like that. I threw that and these and a hat, a couple things in a box, and I got it all for $3. So I'm 50 cents, 75 cents into this thing. Not bad. The hat, that's right here, US Open. It's got some dirt on it. I'm going to throw it in the wash. It'll wash out fine. This is from Oakmont in 2016. These are not particularly valuable, but US Open stuff does sell well, and so it's probably a $10 hat, and I do like selling hats. All right, we're pushing through. We're going to see if we can get this done before my phone dies. This thing, guys, if you see these a lot of times at garage sales. People don't think they're worth anything. They're wrong. These are worth about 25 bucks. Analog pass-through DTV converter box. This is, I think this is new. I'm going to take it open and look. Nope, I don't even need to. Look, it's still got the factory sticker on there. They never use this. I think this is 25 bucks. Easy. This thing. This thing is probably 20 or 25 bucks as well. They had this one tagged at $2. So, a little sewing machine. Like I said, craft stuff is doing well right now. This thing, I've got to run, that's going to take a couple of Clorox wipes before that thing's clean. But it's just garage dirt. That's all that is. This thing is good, guys. I'm thinking this is a $40 or $50 blade. Remember, this is the sale. We got this, and we got that stuff, all for 50 bucks. I think this, it might be worth that, or a little less. We're going to make all our money back off of this. Keep an eye out for tools, guys. Tools. This we got at the sale where we got the tape measure, and where we got this. I wasn't actually going to get this, but he gave me a great deal on it. This is a suspension thing. It's a suspension kit that goes on the back of your truck, so it helps if you're hauling stuff, if you got a dually on there, whatever. These new are like, I think like 200 bucks. And these, he actually didn't even hardly use that much. He put them on there and didn't really need it, he said. So he ended up taking them off. I ended up getting this thing for 15 bucks. And there are none used listed right now. I looked, it's got all the bolts, it's got all the stuff that we need. So my guess is I could list this for 100 bucks and flip it really, really fast because it's in great shape. And like I said, there are no used ones listed. So that's going to be really good. Now this, the last thing we got. Okay, this is Vintage Craftsman. If you followed my Instagram feed, you saw when I picked this up. I'm pretty excited. This, I don't know what this ratchet's worth, but it's worth something because it's made in the USA. Craftsman. That's always worth something. But I didn't get just that. I got this. I have no idea how many are in here, guys. There are a ton of these sockets in here. And they're not all Craftsman. Like, look, this one, not branded. I don't know who that is. But it's all vintage. It's all made. See, that one doesn't have anything on it. So I'm going to have to sort through them. I did see, like, I saw some Snap-on in here. See, here you go. Here's a Craftsman. I'm going to see if I can make some sets out of these. If you can make an actual set, we're talking in the hundreds of dollars, I think. If I can complete a full set of these Craftsman, get all the sizes. But, I mean, there are just... Look, there's tons of them in there, guys. So, I don't know. I'll be able to part these things out, and I'll be able to make a set potentially here and there. And we're going to make some really good money, and that's going to be all profit because of this thing. And then, you know, we've got this. We've got the digital analog converter. You know, we made a lot of money at that sale. So, I've got a lot of cleaning to do on these things, but it'll be relatively easy, and we're going to make some good money. So, what do you think, guys? That's our pile. That's the stuff we picked up. I know it was kind of scattershot going through it. It's just how I laid it out. I wanted to be able to take a thumbnail. You'd think he had a hard day too. He hasn't done anything. So we've got a whole bunch of money sitting here. Now you just got to clean it. You got to list it. So I hope you guys appreciated this one. Hope you enjoyed this one. Not a lot of garage sales I know going on in a lot of areas, so hopefully you can sort of live through these garage sales and enjoy it vicariously a little bit. So that's what we picked up. That's what we do on this thing. We show you garage sales. We show you what sold. We keep you abreast of all the latest bolos. I try to do a lot on here, guys. I hope it helps out. I've heard from some of you. I've heard from folks that say, hey, I saw it on this channel. I bought it. I sold it. I absolutely love that. I think that's awesome. That's why I'm doing this. So if this is the stuff that you enjoy, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the thumbs up. That helps me. Comment. Hit the bell. That'll tell you when we put new stuff up. It's almost every day, if not every day. We're taking a few days off here and there, but mostly new stuff every day. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. I got some cleaning and listing to do, and then I got to go mow the yard. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it.